If you've been scrolling through endless telescope listings, weighing aperture sizes, mount types, and price tags, and you still feel stuck on which model actually makes sense for the nights you want to spend under the stars, this review is here to clear that up. I know the feeling of staring at a wall of tech specs and wondering if the extra dollars will really translate into a better view of the Orion Nebula or a smoother hunt for a faint galaxy. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first started looking at the Celestron NexStar Evolution 8-inch, the biggest question on my mind was whether the built-in Wi-Fi and battery could truly replace a laptop and a separate power pack on a weekend campout. A lot of the competing 8-inch telescopes still require a separate power source or a bulky laptop to run the go-to database, which means extra weight and a higher chance of something getting left behind. The Evolution promises an all-in-one experience, a computerized mount that you can control from your phone, plus a 10-hour lithium iron phosphate battery that's supposed to last through an entire night of imaging or visual work. Those are the claims that mattered most to me because I'm the type of user who likes to pack light, set up quickly, and let the gear do most of the work. Let's break down what that actually looks like in practice. Imagine you're at a dark sky site about an hour's drive from home. You pull the Evolution out of its padded case, extend the 8-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain tube, and flip a switch. Within a minute the built-in Wi-Fi lights up, and you grab your phone, open the Celestron SkyPortal app, and the telescope automatically syncs. No cables, no laptop, no fiddling with a separate hand controller. For someone who wants to get outside, set up, and start looking up without a tech support session, that workflow feels genuinely smoother than the traditional approach. One of the strongest practical points is the tracking accuracy. The Evolution's mount uses Celestron's proprietary NexStar system, and in real-world sessions I've found it to stay locked on a target for the duration of an exposure without drifting. That's a big deal if you plan to do any kind of deep sky imaging, because even a tiny drift can blur a 10-minute shot of a faint nebula. The superior tracking claim isn't just a marketing line, it translates into less time tweaking and more time actually gathering data or simply enjoying a crisp view of a planet. The battery is another hidden trade-off worth mentioning. A 10-hour LiFePO4 pack is heavier than a standard AA battery pack, but it's also far more stable across temperature swings, which you'll encounter on a chilly mountain site. The battery holds its charge well enough that you can start the scope at dusk, run it through a full night of go-to-slews, and still have enough juice left for a quick morning session without needing a generator or a car charger. If you're the kind of astronomer who camps out in the field and hates dealing with power cables, this is a clear win. Now, who should actually consider spending the premium for the NexStar Evolution 8-inch? First, anyone who already knows they want an 8-inch aperture but doesn't want the hassle of a separate power solution. That includes backyard hobbyists who want to upgrade from a 4 or 6-inch refractor and need a reliable go-to platform, as well as traveling observers who value the compact, all-in-one design. If you're into astrophotography and plan to attach a DSLR or a dedicated camera, the solid tracking and the ability to power the whole rig from a single battery makes the Evolution a sensible foundation for a portable imaging setup. On the other side, you might want to skip this telescope if you're a total beginner who is still learning how to locate objects by star hopping. The computerized system does a lot of the learning for you, which can be great, but it also means you miss out on the hands-on experience that some teachers argue is essential for building a solid sky knowledge base. Additionally, if you're on a very tight budget, the Evolution's price point sits above many entry-level go-to scopes that require you to bring a laptop and external power. In those cases, a more basic NexStar model paired with a separate power bank could get you started without the extra cost. Let's talk about the practical weaknesses. The biggest gripe I've heard from owners of similar models is the learning curve of the app. While the Wi-Fi connection is a convenience, the SkyPortal interface can feel a little cluttered the first few times you open it, especially if you're trying to sync a database of thousands of objects while you're still figuring out the mount's alignment process. It's not a deal breaker, but you should be prepared to spend a half hour watching a quick tutorial before you head out. Another nuance is the weight. The 8-inch tube plus the battery and mount pushes the total package close to 30 pounds. It's still portable enough for a car top load, but you'll need a decent pair.